All right. Okay. Let's try this one more time. So I am ready to start doing some writing and drawing stuff. I wanted to do it a little earlier, but I finally caved in and decided to buy this little guy. Let me pull up the internet real quick. Amazon, Wacom, Intuos. I don't know which one I bought. Probably this one. Mm. Oh man, I didn't realize how cheap they were on here. Well, I just wanted it right away, so I went to Best Buy. So let's just rock up to Best Buy then. Ah, okay, there we go. This guy here, $99.99 one. It has Bluetooth available. I'll play around with that later. Right now, I just have it direct connected because that's just usually the direct connection is going to be the fastest and the best way to do it. So, um, yeah, so I bought this little guy. I've been thinking about it for a few weeks now, but after yesterday setting up the my backup cell phone as a sort of document camera setup where I was just going to draw on paper, I found that it was too gimmicky, and it was just like if I barely bumped into it, it would knock the whole angle, and it was just frustrating to deal with. So I just said, screw it. This guy will make things a little bit easier. This way, I could just go ahead and start doing um, some hands-on stuff. So I plan on starting with algebra and trigonometry from the OpenStax, and eventually I'll get through each of the books. I think that way. But for now, this will be like my basic because this is going to have an emphasis in drawing and different things like that. So it's really going to test me and my ability to translate information into words and images, and it'll give me some practice with this new way of looking. Because instead of looking at what I'm writing or drawing on, I'm looking at the computer screen, and so the eyes and the point tip of the stylus are actually um, I'm not paying attention to it, so it's different. So it's going to take some time to get used to. But what I'll do is I think I'm going to go ahead and watch my TV shows, so that way I could just kind of relax and do my own thing. This will be my way of sort of venting, stress relief, just writing, just copy pasting, like that stuff I could seriously do for hours and hours. And if I'm watching something, it really like lets me immerse um, both aspects of myself, my mental half on the show that I'm watching for the creativity and just the feel good and just the unwinding, and then the other part, the active part of me, um, is essentially automated, and I just think that's really cool. So if I can get proficient with this little device, um, I'm going to be very productive, and I'll be able to watch all my stuff and still get all the stuff done that I want. So, um, so I think what I'll do is I'm using this app from Google. It's called Google Keep. It allows the user to take notes. I can make lists. I can make notes. I can make notes with images, and then right now, so I had the Bible and OpenStax, and then as I do more things, I'll add more labels. But for now, I just want to get this going. So let's go ahead and start the label for OpenStax math. So I'm just going to call this OpenStax mathematics. Actually, no, I'll just call it OpenStax Algebra and Trigonometry. Note will be book notes plus problems, question mark. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Cool. Yeah, and then what I'll do is, um, so I'll just listen to my show, and then if I feel like saying something, I'll talk. But I think this series, uh, I would really like it to be uh, able to be done without any voice at all. So if the person listening wants to mute it and listen to, say, like Spotify, or watch their own TV show and then just kind of watch and just watch like what's going on in the note taking, then that's another thing too. Um, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate what I'm thinking by adding a drawing. Let's go ahead and hit that up. And then let's do squares. I like the square idea because, one, this is math, so um, that'll be useful for drawing shapes and drawing graphs and stuff. So I think that's how I'll do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just pop this volume up a little bit. And then hit there. OpenStax. Here we go. Subjects all. Let's go down to, gosh, this screen. I didn't even realize how much better this. Oh, man. My gaming laptop screen is so much prettier than this screen. I didn't even realize how much different it was. All right, so let's pull up the Algebra Trig book. And then I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get used to this. Let's move that over there. Algebra and trigonometry. Boop. Table of contents. Let's do T, A, B, L, E, F. Real. Chapter 1. Okay. There we go. All right. Prerequisites. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to write out each chapter and then I will state them all at the very end. So this is where I would say turn the music on because it's just going to be writing now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna totally get a lot of productivity done out of this. Okay, nice. Cool. I really like this. This is so interesting. Oops. Let's go back with that. Is that eraser? Yep, right there. Oh, this is so weird. God, this is so weird. Still not getting used to this. Such a weird tactile sensation. Just oh man, I love it. All right. Oops. Okay. Chapter 7. Circle. Let's see. X. All right. Looks like that's it. So for OpenStax Algebra and Trigonometry, table of contents, Chapter 1, Prerequisites, Section 1, Real Numbers, Algebra Essentials, 2, Exponents and Scientific Notation, 3, Radicals and Rational Exponents, 4, Polynomials, 5, Factoring Polynomials, 6, Rational Expressions. One sec. Set these right there. And then Chapter 2, Equations and Inequalities, Section 1, the rectangular coordinate systems and graphs. 2, linear equations in one variable. 3, models and applications. 4, complex numbers. 5, quadratic equations. 6, other types of equations. 7, linear inequalities and absolute value inequalities. Chapter 3, functions. Section 1, functions and function notations. 2, domain and range. 3, rates of change and behavior of graphs. 4, composition of functions. 5, transformation of functions. 6, absolute value functions. 7, inverse functions. Chapter 4, linear functions. Section 1, linear functions. 2, modeling with linear functions. 3, fitting linear functions to data. Chapter 5, polynomial and rational functions. Section 1, quadratic functions. 2, power functions and polynomial functions. 3, graphs of polynomial functions. 4, dividing polynomials. 5, zeros of polynomial functions. 6, rational functions. 7, inverses and radical functions. 8, modeling using variation. Chapter 6, exponential and logarithmic functions. Section 1, exponential functions. 2, graphs of exponential functions. 3, logarithmic functions. 4, graphs of logarithmic functions. 5, logarithmic properties. 6, exponential and logarithmic equations. 7, exponential and logarithmic models. 8, fitting exponential models to data. Chapter 7, the unit circle, sine and cosine functions. Section 1, angles. 2, right triangle trigonometry. 3, unit circle. 4, the other trigonometric functions. Chapter 8, periodic functions. Section 1, graphs of the sine and cosine functions. 2, graphs of the other trigonometric functions. 3, inverse trigonometric functions. Chapter 9, trigonometric identities and equations. Section 1, verifying trigonometric identities and using trigonometric identities to simplify trigonometric expressions. 2, sum and difference identities. 3, double angle, half angle, and reduction formulas. 4, sum to product and product to sum formulas. 5, solving trigonometric equations. Chapter 10, further applications of trigonometry. Section 1, non-right triangles, law of sines. 2, non-right triangles, law of cosines. 3, polar coordinates. 4, polar coordinates graphs. 5, polar form of complex numbers. 6, parametric equations. 7, parametric equations, graphs. 8, vectors. Chapter 11, systems of equations and inequalities. Section 1, systems of linear equations, 2 variables. 2, systems of linear equations, 3 variables. 3, systems of nonlinear equations and inequalities, 2 variables. 4, partial fractions. 5, matrices and matrix operations. 6, solving systems with Gaussian elimination. 7, solving systems with inverses. 8, solving systems with Cramer's rule. 12, analytic geometry. Section 1, the ellipse. 2, the hyperbola. 3, the parabola. 4, rotation of axes. 5, conic sections and polar coordinates. Chapter 13, sequences, probability, and counting theory. Section 1, sequences and their notations. 2, arithmetic sequences. 3, geometric sequences. 4, series and their notations. 5, counting principles. 6, binomial theorem. 7, probability. So, I guess the next section, the next thing we'll do is hit up Chapter 1, prerequisites. We'll do that next time. Stop.